Not too.
Yes, they're headed by Brighter Shade at 6-1. Peter Niven's mount. Burnt Imp bidding to continue a good afternoon already for Russ Garrity at 4-1. Committed Schedule at 3-1. The mount of Tony Dobbin now, who replaces Brian Harding, the jockey in morning newspapers. Glen Doe, Warren Marston's mount at 7-1. And then number 5 is Moss Pageant. Now the mount, well, I did get information that was Brian's story on Moss Pageant. We'll check on that. 12-1. Chittadino is the favourite, last year's winner. 5-2 favourite. Seamus Durack in the saddle. And Danbys Gorse Blinkered, the mount of Tom Siddall, claiming a £5 allowance at 7-1. It's 11-2 Danbys Gorse on the off, and it's very tight for favouritism as well on the off between Committed Schedule and Chittadino. On towards the first fence then. And Moss Pageant was the first to rise over that, invariably makes the running. He's the horse that will ensure the pace here. Hannah Carter, a winner down on the all-weather at Lingfield. They race towards the second fence, which is the last in the back straight. And Moss Pageant lands by, a bad mistake by Danbys Gorse there in 4th place. Hit it very hard indeed. Young Tom Siddall had to sit very tight indeed as they now round a left-hand turn. It's Moss Pageant from, in 2nd place, Chittadino. And then Committed Schedule in 3rd place from Danbys Gorse. Burnt Imp follows these. And then towards the rear, Glen Doe and Brighter Shade is settled out the back. The leader's very keen in front, isn't he? Moss Pageant jumped that really well. Lands with about an 8-length advantage over Chittadino in 2nd. And then Glen Doe towards the inside of Committed Schedule. Danbys Gorse is a little wider out. Just needs a bit of time to recover from that mistake. The leader stood off a long way from that next plain fence. As they continue down towards the next plain one, Moss Pageant, and got away with that last fence. Over the next, met that one better. Glen Doe hit that one a belting blow. Gave it a right thwack in the 2nd place towards the inside. Warren Marston was at the buckle end of the reins there. Over the next, Moss Pageant, Glen Doe jumped the next okay. As Jim McGrath said on the morning line this morning, Glen Doe's also invariably seems to jump as if he's got clogs on his feet. He certainly did at that fence a couple of obstacles ago. They've got a circuit to go. Moss Pageant by about 3 lengths to Chittadino, then Glen Doe and Danbys Gorse, Committed Schedule, Burnt Imp, and finally Brighter Shade there in the black and white striped Newcastle United colours. Of course, they play Charlton tomorrow, big game. Most of the football supporters hopefully here at Gosforth Park this afternoon. Well, not all of them. Get rather more at St James's Park than they do at Gosforth Park. Now they're going to run down the side of the course. Remember, they're going to omit the next 2 fences because of the low sun. The sun behind our camera position and right into the jockeys' faces down this part of the course. So it's a long run until they reach the next obstacle, which will be the first of 5 down the back straight. And just weaving their way. It looks as though Chittadino's rider wasn't. Oh dear, that's Committed Schedule. A lot of indecision there, and perhaps that rail leading to where the hurdle would have been should have been removed. Now, I'm not quite sure what the rules will be on that, because some of the horses have gone one side of that dole, and it could be viewed that they've taken the wrong course. We'll have to see what the steward's view on that. Presumably those that stuck towards the inside, which is on the chase course, will be okay, but if they went round it, I just wonder. What do you think, Jim, about that?
Well, there's absolutely no doubt, Simon, that one half of them, 2 went one way, 5 went the other. There's absolutely no doubt that one of the groups is in the wrong and will be disqualified.
Well, if it's the outside group, it would, which I think it's likely to be, it'll be unfortunate because they've gone a longer way round. Meanwhile, we'll stick with the way the race is being run. Moss Pageant from Chittadino, who got in far too close for that. Glen Doe is losing his position. The whip is out now for Danbys Gorse in a pink jacket. Brighter Shade has made good headway. Black and white stripes on the outside of the leader as they continue down the back straight. Moss Pageant, Brighter Shade, Burnt Imp in 3rd, Chittadino, Danbys Gorse and Committed Schedule. And it was Brighter Shade who landed in front there. Burnt Imp was very ponderous over that and is now strongly ridden as they continue their climb on the far side of the course. Moss Pageant from Brighter Shade, and then Committed Schedule, and then Danbys Gorse from Chittadino, who's going to have to work very hard to repeat his win in this race 12 months ago. He's backpedaling fast as they swing left-handed out of the back, and Moss Pageant is keeping going well from Brighter Shade. and they are clear of the remainder, headed by Committed Schedule. Burntimp is running on again a little bit. He does stay well. Danbys, Gorse behind those, and then Cittadino, the last to turn into the straight. Glendo appears to have disappeared. 4 left to jump. Moss Pageant, who's made so much of the running, keeping up the gallop. Ridden hard in second now. On the outside is Brighter Shade. Burntimp is still staying on with Committed Schedule as they race towards the final 3 fences. Danbys, Gorse is last of the leading 5. Over 3 out then. Moss Pageant from on the outside, Brighter Shade. Committed Schedule, Burntimp racing towards the second last, and Burntimp is switched inside for another run. That can help a horse down towards the final fence. Not the final, the second last. Moss Pageant over in front from Burntimp. Danbys, Gorse, Committed Schedule, Brighter Shade. They're all getting very tired. They're hitting the wall. They're racing to the final flight, and Danbys, Gorse, one of the first to be under pressure, has come through, is staying on better than the others and jumped the last fence with a 3-length and extending margin now from Burntimp. And then back in third, Moss Pageant, who's simply run out of steam, run out of stamina, and racing for the line. Danbys, Gorse is going to collect here, staying on strongly off a feather burden to win well in the end. From Burntimp second, then Moss Pageant in third, Committed Schedule in 4th place, and slowing to a walk, Brighter Shade, and well down Cittadino, and Glendo has been pulled up. Now this is the finishing order for this Renate Services Handicap chase. The winner is Danbys, Gorse, number 7, but this is almost certain to be subject to a Stewards Enquiry. We'll have a look at that earlier incident in a moment. In fact, we can have a look at it now. Danbys, Gorse in the pink colours. Now, which way should this field have gone? Should they have gone inside or outside this rail? This is the rail that would have led through to a flight of hurdles. Going on the inside, we've got Moss Pageant and Glendo, and on the outside, the other 5 runners. Now, it just depends which way they should have gone. For my money, the chase course is on the inside of that rail, in which case Moss Pageant and Glendo may have been in the right. But Danbys, Gorse is first past the post, second past the post Burntimp, in third Moss Pageant, and 4th Committed Schedule. But stand by, don't tear up your betting tickets until we hear.
7-1 on the course, down to 11-2. Beats Burntimp, a solid 4-1 chance, with Moss Pageant third at 10-1, 3-1 joint favourites, Committed Schedule and Cittadino at 3-1, and the total win £5.90. So 11-2 was the better price. Places 2.30 and 2.40.